Oh, goodness. Hello, guys. Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I'm down in the kitchen, y'all, right here, and the cats have made a huge mess, or what I assume is the cat. What I assume is the cat, okay? Because I'm going to tell y'all something. People can be very creepy. And I know that Jacob hasn't been down here because I just cleaned up my house yesterday. Just cleaned it up. I cleaned, I swept, I mopped. And I come down here and there's several things taken out of a box on the floor. And you know what? I was assuming that it was the cats that was doing it, which it could be, unless somebody actually comes and gains access to my house and makes a mess. Anyway, this is the same thing as what I'm speaking on. And today is September the 9th of 2019. So today's date is very significant. And I've got readings scheduled for like the next 20 minutes. So guys, make sure you click your bell notifiers for that. I've got a love, money, and general message for everybody. It's not going to be because guys, I know that I did not, there's going to be some changes around here. There's going to be some changes around here. I'm going to make some huge changes to the way that I do my readings because I don't have time to do readings as often. I mean, as far as sitting down and recording them because I've got like way too much stuff going on. And for the next couple of months while I'm in transition, okay, So we just gonna have to adjust to that. And I'll come and do full moon readings and new moon readings and stuff. And I'll still do my all signs reading where I do like all of the signs. But I'm gonna start doing a lot of universal readings for the channel because I've got so much stuff to do, y'all. It is just ridiculous how busy I am. And because technically, I don't make money on YouTube, so y'all know how that is. I don't have like 100,000 subscribers where if so I do spiritual work as well. So I don't really have as much time as I used to come on here and do the readings. Anyway, but I will be doing a reading today, though. So the question is your family or your friends using witchcraft on you? Okay, are they doing the work themselves or are they going to somebody else and paying them to do work on you? At some point, everybody's going to have to ask themselves this question at some point. Okay? People will do spiritual work on you for either their own selfish gain, because you got to ask yourself, well, what does this person have to gain by doing this to me? That's the first thing many people will ask themselves. And that's why I always do work for people. That's why. And then again, this knife is in the living room on the table. And I know Jacob didn't do that. Insane. Hold on, y'all. Anyway, I'm back. If you have someone doing this to you, you have to be able to recognize it because sometimes people can try to manipulate your energy in a negative way. most of the time with as childish and immature as a lot of these people are in this world, the number one reason, okay, would not be for their family. Would not, believe it or not, guys, I'm gonna tell y'all why they do it. Okay. Hey chat, what's up, King? King A and Queen B and Eric Van Ree. Hit that thumbs up. Diamond Shanae, what's up? Okay, so what are the reasons why Jamila has a witchy business? Let's start with that. Jamila has a witchy business because she wants to help the world. Jamila has a witchy business because, because this is what it was meant for me to do, to manifest my prosperity in life. I have told people that so many times. Okay, and I'm damn good at it. I have a lot of clients. Okay, a lot. And mainly because I want to help the world, though. Mainly because I have the energy and the spirit to do it. Okay, a magician's energy and spirit and what a practitioner can do for you depends on their energy. So my energy is good. I have very good energy. I have an intent to help people. I don't take advantage of people. I run a very ethical practice. But the people in your family, either family member or friends that does work on you, they are doing it for selfish reasons. Get out of there, girl. They're strictly doing it to be selfish. I'm going to tell you the number one cause of witchcraft is this is what, guys, listen very carefully. The number one reason why your friend or your family member is doing work on you is because they want to look better than you. They will literally cause all kinds of destruction in your mind, in your body, in your spirit, in your health. They will create destruction for your kids just so that they can look better to the outside world, to everybody else. You know where that comes from? It comes from a place of insecurity, because why would you need to ever have anybody else that looks bad for you to look good? This is a person that has extremely low self-worth. And so people will come to me and they will say, why did this person do this to me? I thought this person loved me. I thought this person cared about me. This person loves the world so much that they are willing to sacrifice you for the rest of the world. They almost have that weird backwards Jesus complex or God complex. They love the world so much. Okay, y'all hearing me? They love the world. They don't love the people in their family. People like that rarely love their own damn family. They love the rest of the world. They love coveting what other people have. And so that's one reason. Another reason is that you may be very talented. You may have a lot going on about yourself. When you have a lot going on, family members and friends that feel that they don't have it, because why can't they just have it? Why can't they just have it going on in life? They can't for some reason. And it's not you that's doing it. And you know what they'll do? They'll blame it on you. They'll say, I have low self-esteem because of you. What? Hold on, I'm confused. I thought it was called self-esteem because it comes from yourself. Some people just ain't got the brain. Some people are literal mental midgets, guys. And there are practitioners out there that will take advantage. Okay, when people come to me, they come in to get hexes taken off of them that their family members done put on them. They coming and getting generational hexes off of them. Then also the same thing about money. People look at money as evil, so they have a horrible relationship with it. They look at magic as evil, so they have a horrible relationship with it. Some people can't get past not using magic for evil. It's like, wait a minute, magic within itself is not evil. Only the practitioner or the intent can be evil. Right, Miss Likeable, exactly. You're right about that. You're right. What's up, girl? How you doing? You were so right about that. When you're liked. But what if they're liked too? They just want to impede on you. What if they like? What if a lot of people like them too? And you know what? Usually it's because they play in victim. You know, people always running around here concerned about being used or something. We all use each other. If you're in a personal relationship with somebody, everybody uses everybody for some purpose. So they feel used, they feel victimized. So that's why they have to victimize you. These are facts. Same thing if you have a narcissistic parent. And it is very narcissistic. It makes no sense. You know, narcissistic people don't usually and are not usually making any sense. That is very narcissistic for you to do that to somebody, but this is what a lot of people are willing to do. Okay, they are willing to throw people under the bus just so that they can look a certain way. In real life, that person probably goes home and cries themselves to sleep every night because the things that they're doing, they're so miserable. Another reason is because they are miserable and they're usually blaming you for their problems. Okay. Now, some of your friends are going to try to use spiritual work on you to get you to think about them, maybe fall in love with them. You know, there's other things outside of that. Yes, family members will try to do love spells on other family members. Yes, they will. And the spirit that comes up when that happens is not a good spirit. It's not. That spirit is kind of bad in my opinion. Because it just perverts everything in your life. That's why you got to keep your house clean. I've been keeping my house clean. I got to come down here and do some more sweeping. Spiritually, when you have little messes in certain areas, it's best to go ahead and keep cleaning it up until that mess goes away. So this house is filled with messes. Okay, and I'm talking about spirits that create messes. Because I came down here, I had just cleaned up my house yesterday. I came down here and immediately noticed several things out of place. And I was like, what in the heck is going on? So people will send these spirits to you. And yes, you can sage every single day. Some people don't need to know where the hell you live. Sometimes you got to get the locks changed. Sometimes you got to get a big ferocious dog to come and bite somebody's head off. Make sure you keep your doors and your windows locked. Okay? And if your locks on your doors and windows, because people are nuts. I'm telling y'all. And whenever I look, there are many practitioners out there that will take advantage of mentally ill people. If somebody were to call me and, you know, tell me to do work on their family member, do work on them for what? I don't like her. I don't like my cousin. I don't like my sister. I'll be like, do you like yourself? Oh, I get real preachy on them. So people know not to contact me with that. Oh, God. Oh, God. And if you do, you know what? I'm a calmly. And I've had people come to me and I'll be like, wait a minute. Something ain't right about this. Why can't you let this go? If you don't like them, leave them alone. Because I want to take advantage. Those practitioners usually end up with bad karma anyway. Bad karma to the point of no return karma. You don't just go and meddle. And I understand that there are many different types of spirits in this world. I Yes, I am still going to do my invocations today. All of a sudden, stuff started getting kind of crazy after I mentioned conjuring up my grandma's spirit, but she's already here, basically. But you know what I'm saying? She's, we gonna bring her through today because she needs to be brought through because her children, she wants to come through. Her children are in turmoil, and so are her grandchildren, in particular the ones that are in Kansas City, which is why I got the hell up out of there. Okay, that's why I left Kansas City, because the bridge is burning. And it was the decisions that her children made. She always taught her children the right thing to do, but they lost sight of that. Okay, so same thing with any family. I have the same, that's why people relate to me. And to be honest with you, it's not my job to fix everybody in my family by myself. What the hell? And that's one thing that Jesus taught us. Maybe that was when my son was looking. You know what? I think my son made that mess. I'm gonna have to get on him about that. I remember him going into the utility closet and getting some stuff out. He just, because we was trying to get Perseus out the tree. It's like, you're going to have to clean up behind yourself, because that will drive me crazy. But my cats are messy, y'all. Just like my familiars and my family members, just messy. So your family members will get spiritual work done on you. And it's because they just want to manipulate. They don't want to see you do any better than them. Hell, other people will use black magic and magic on you, even if it's just the little slightest thing. Let's say that your family, let's bring up an example. Let's say that a family member doesn't like where you work at. Maybe they just decided, well, I don't like where this person works. It's the wrong location. I think it's in a dangerous neighborhood. So I'm going to do some work to make this person get another job. Right? Let's say you do something as innocently as trying to make a person get another job, because this is what suits you. Oh, I want to make this person get another job. So let's say you just write out on a petition, I'm gonna, so-and-so is gonna get a new job. Da 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 da. At a better location. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay. What do you think is gonna have to happen leading up to that? What do you think is gonna happen leading up to that? Another person has to lose their job. Your family member or friend or whoever, they may start getting harassed on the job. People may start doing things to push them out of the job. They may have car problems that prevent them to get to the job. Okay. So you got to consider whenever you're doing anything like that. And this is how your family members get all messed up. First of all, nobody is responsible for anybody's creative energy except for the person. So, people, and see, that is an example of what's something that could be considered white magic. Or let's say you go to church. This is a very good example. You go to church and you say, Lord, please, Jesus Christ, Lord. My cousin Jamila. Oh, Lord, it leadeth her away from, how they do when they in church. You are violating that. What? This is what I want to tell you. You're supposed to be praying for yourself. Stop praying for other people. I truly believe that that's one of the reasons why that's like one of the core reasons why I have all the issues that I have on YouTube is because some family member went and said, I don't want her on YouTube. That's dangerous. Something could happen to her and somebody gonna do something to her. And so then when they start speaking negative shit like that and affirmations, they speaking shit possibly into your life anyway. When you are trying to use magic to control others in that way, this is what creates the negative energy in the first place. Then they start doing things like trying to fulfill self-fulfilling prophecies on people. I did this spiritual work to get my family member off of YouTube because I think it's dangerous and I don't like it. But then all of a sudden you done led a murderer to your freaking family member. If that person is not smart enough to protect themselves. Of course, I'm a witch. Ain't nobody gonna ever touch me. Baby, please. Are you kidding me? Ain't nobody gonna ever do nothing to hurt me. So, but there's a lot of people out there that will try to interfere in your life. And if they can't interfere, then what they'll do is they'll become what they claim is supposed to be bad for you. All of a sudden, now you're the aggressor because you want to control. And so that is the reason why your family members will do spiritual work on you. And what it will do is it will keep you within limitations if you don't pay attention. Okay, it could potentially keep you broke without no money. Oh, I don't want her to, because I know for a fact that I have a very good singing voice. Not that I want to be a singer, but I believe that somebody did something to mess up my ability to sing just so that I wouldn't have to go out and be in any danger. So the reason why is because they want to control you. They want to control you. Now, sometimes it's much darker. Sometimes it is because a person may have some kind of obsessive sexual attraction to you, or it could be that they just don't give a damn about you. They just hate you because they're jealous of you. I ain't got nothing. I'm sitting up here, ain't going nowhere in life, don't have nothing to do. See, not having nothing don't have nothing to goddamn do with where you live or what kind of car you drive. What do you have to do to fulfill your time on this earth? Do you have any hobbies? Do you have any projects? Do you have anything to look forward to? That's just like me. I'm constantly thinking of new ideas. I'm getting ready to do a shower spray for people. And that's all I'm going to say, because people will try to take my ideas and run with them. Okay, so sorry guys, my allergies are messing with me because this house is just ugh. So anyway, and the house is clean. I've cleaned the floors, vacuumed the floors, and everything. I have other issues with this house that I'm not going to speak on right now because they're not important. So you got to understand that. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. When people do stuff like that, it always backfires on them. I could go right now. My mother, when I first got to Georgia, she did everything in her power to try to get me back to Kansas City. She's been doing it since I left Kansas City. It's been like a game for her. But people's lives are not a game. People's lives are not a game show. People are pursuing their lives. You don't have the right to try to interfere and cause problems. So my mother went through all of that, been acting covertly behind the scenes, not doing anything, not saying anything, because for her own selfish reasons, which don't serve my divine purpose. My divine purpose is not being a driving Miss Daisy. I'm sorry. That wasn't why God brought me into this world to drive Miss Daisy. So for her own selfish reasons, because my mother can't drive, she wanted me back in my hometown where she could entrap me and make me be her chauffeur for the rest of my life. I went to her Facebook and she's having problems on her job now. Now, I truly believe that if I were not a powerful practitioner, something bad would have happened that probably would have led me out to the streets and I would have had to come back begging on my hands and knees. Why you would want your family member to be like that? Why can't people just live their life? What's the problem? Why you can't just live your life? See what I'm saying? A lot of people can't do that. They so worried about your life because they feel like their life is evidently pointless. And that, my friend, is the Four of Cups. And I don't deal with nobody that represent the Four of Cups. If I do a reading on you and I get the Four of Cups, oh, hell no. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all need to start looking at these people's personalities too. If I throw the cards on you and I say, Spirit, what is this person's personality? What is it like? And I get the Four of Cups, you ain't gonna never get no return phone call from me. I will never call you back. I will never, ever, ever call you back. If I do a reading on you and you come up as the Four of Swords, oh, I can work with you. I can work with you. But that Four of Cups, that Four of Cups is the kiss of death when it comes to personality type. So you can actually do more with the cards than what you think. You can look at and a person that is the Four of Cups is somebody that feels sorry for themselves. Somebody that feels sorry for themselves is in fact going to bring a lot of devastation into your life because they sorry. That's just how they're just sorry. Just a sorry person. Sad, angry, still traumatized from the past, which people that are traumatized, hell, they don't always act like that. So I'm not talking about now. If you come up as the Four of Pentacles, I think I could deal with that. But the Four of Cups is the kiss of death, in my opinion. Kiss of death. So yeah, family members will do that to you though because they want to look better than somebody. Oh, I just want, and you know what? At the basis of those people, they give a damn about what people think. Now, how many times have we learned to not give a damn about what other people think? Especially when they have a negative opinion of you and you are on your right path. I don't play those games, y'all. They'll do little stuff to you. Okay, they'll do little stuff to you, little subtle stuff that will come through spirit. Like you might dream about them or something. If you have a dream about somebody that you don't get along with, or either that is an ex-friend or a family member, that person doing some goddamn work on you. They doing work on you. They doing roots on you. My spirits tell me everything in my sleep. And sometimes spirit will even tell you exactly who it is that's up to no good, where you can send that energy back to them. There are some people that don't know how to let go. My mother is one of them. She don't know how to let go of nothing. Literally nothing. She didn't let go of my father, which was why she found herself in unfulfilling affairs, and never settled down with somebody, never, completely shut herself off emotionally to people after my father. And I mean, it's been 30 years. It's been 30 years. And I'll be like, why? How irresponsible. Thank God I had the images in my mind of my parents when I was younger, or else I wouldn't know anything about love. My parents was in love. Oh my God, my father loved my mother so much. I'm a love child. That's why a lot of people jealous of me, because I'm not a trick baby. No shade to nobody out there, okay? My father loved my mother so much that my father used to play the guitar. He still plays the guitar, actually. I don't know why I say used to. He still plays the guitar. My father actually serenaded my mother on the stage. He sung My Sherry Amore, because my mother's name is Sherry. So my parents were in love, and I know they were in love because I used to hear them getting it on. I used to come in, walk in on them. That's normal. You supposed to walk in on your parents kissing and hugging and loving on each other. So ever since that break in the connection where my mother left and they ended up getting divorced years later, the bitterness in her grew. And, so now it's like, and she actually wanted him back. She wanted him back. But, I think she may have done way too much to let herself go. And I feel like he felt different about her because she didn't stick by him through his addiction. So when you truly love somebody, it don't matter if they're addicted to something or not, you gonna love them anyway. And even though it got difficult for her, I still feel like they could forgive each other, and I think that they have, but it left a stain. You know what I'm saying? So now my mother is taking that out on her child, but she's getting her karma. If I were not a powerful practitioner, I would have been out on my butt and I wouldn't have nothing. What's up, Militia? What's up? Hold on, y'all. Oh, God. Sorry about that, y'all. So, my mother, ever since then, she decided to manipulate everything in my life. And, I've up consistently the mess behind my parents. Guys, I've got a new product coming out for when you're going through witchy attacks and stuff. But many of you guys do need fire rituals. And keep in mind, I do provide protection on the website. So I'm going to be doing my protection ritual today because we're almost at a full moon. Out of indigo daycare, I don't know what in the world is wrong with these so-called mothers. I don't know what, maybe it's the cholesterol medications they be taking. It's the devil in it. That cholesterol med they be taking is the devil. It's the devil. And my mother wanted me to be a feminist. My mother actually wanted me to be to be honest with you, everything that my mother did, she was trying to lead me to lesbianism. Y'all know that? Y'all notice how some of these mothers are trying to magically lead their children to lesbianism? Don't listen to them. I wouldn't listen to them. They trying to lead us over to the other side. And to be honest with you, as a woman, you need balance in your life. That's what I felt, because my mother can't stand men now. My mother hates men. In my humble opinion, my mother does not like men because she talks about them all the time. She's constantly talking about men and what they've done, and they're incompetent and da 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 da. But you're gonna continue to, and this is why I said, you do something to me, I don't care who you are, I'm throwing that stuff back to you. I don't care who you are. Okay? So, family member, friend, my spirits are gonna come and tell me what you're doing to me and what you're up to. They are. I'm just like Ellen Creed on Pet Cemetery. I have dreams about stuff. See, my spirits come and they tell me stuff for a reason. So a lot of people don't have that discernment, which is why it's good to have a practitioner that's also a seer. Most seers are also practitioners. You can go and get work done through them. So, you know, and spells don't mean nothing. You got to be able to break hexes. A lot of people don't know how to break hexes. A lot of people don't really know the spiritual steps and the process to breaking hexes, but they can do a spell that won't last for long. You know what I'm saying? But they can but they can't break a hex. So typically what your family members and friends will do is they will go and they will say, well, I want this person to, because I don't have nothing. I want this person to lose their money. I want this person to lose their man. I don't want her to have no children. I don't want her to be happy. Now, when somebody is paying attention to your womb, this is forming a curse around your womb, which is why you always want to be at an orgasmic, blissful state. If somebody is trying to mess with your sex hormones, ask the spirits to murder them. Y'all want to know why? Because if your sex hormones are out of whack, you will have no quality of life. You want to always feel as though you are on an orgasmic level. If somebody is arguing with you and doing black magic on you and fighting with you, which we found out that most people that do black magic can't do nothing without coming and cussing that person out and saying, I think this about you. I think that about you. And the longer they go on, the less powerful they really are. Okay. So y'all got to understand that there are some people that are just mentally ill and incompetent. They want to see you down just like they are. Somebody try to try to mess with my sacral chakra, and we're gonna have some problems. I'm gonna throw spiritual hands at you. You don't mess with nobody's sexual energy, because when you mess with somebody's sexual energy, you could be messing with their money. You could be messing with their money. It all ties in together in the Venus. So it's also very important for you to understand your birth chart. I have a Venus in Taurus, so I am a bull. I am a bull. When it comes to love and when it comes to my money and when it comes to everything else, that's why I'm such a good practitioner. What's up, Tia? Indigo Daycare said, I think it's been happening for 5 years now. Yeah, it usually does happen long term. Queen B, I'm so sorry about that. I am so sorry. Said my mom has wished bad on me since young. Mm-mm-mm. What was your year of birth, Queen Bee? Indigo Daycare said, "How I've been praying. Prayer ain't gonna do it. Prayer, prayer ain't gonna do it. You gotta have a fire ritual. Whether or not you doing a bonfire or a candle. The candle is a little mini bonfire, and I use 9 candles. I'm getting ready to order another thing because I've got to do a repeat ritual. And to be honest with you, I can use the candles that I got here now. But we all know that the reason why I still have certain folks stalking, harassing me is because they want me to come back to Kansas City. Now, it's never going to happen. Number one is because I just don't feel like making the damn trip. I ain't coming back there. I didn't like it there much. I didn't like it there much. And I can't go visit because the last time when I lived in Kansas and I went and visited, I was there for probably about 2 to 3 weeks to a month because family members, it was an inside job. Family members ruined my van, or they tried to ruin it. It got fixed, but they purposely made me stay in Kansas City longer. So I won't be going back there ever. And they can keep trying, but they ain't gonna do nothing but keep having bad luck. Yeah, imagine that. It was obvious that nobody was trying to steal my van. They damaged the steering column is what happened. So I was unable to drive my car. Now, for some reason, I, like a lot of people, have a very heavily manipulative family. To where if they find anything else, and if anything about you, they'll contact folk. They'll be, they go to witches, they do their own witchcraft, they do all kind of stuff. It's ridiculous, which is why I'm conjuring my grandmama tonight. I didn't get to do it last night. I'm going to do it tonight. We're going to pull her through. That's what you got to do. See, that's why I was telling somebody, I do seances for people too, if you need me to call certain spirits to you to help you. I charge a little bit extra. Now, a lot of times it's through spell work because I will make offerings to your ancestors. I will call to them to go and help you. If you don't have any in particular that you can't call, then we work with deities. And yes, a lot of the times Jesus will do your bidding for you, but unfortunately, Jesus will do good or evil, just like every other deity. So this is the reason why you have to have the full spectrum. You have to have protection. When you're going through something like that in your family, when your family is actually that stupid and confused. Because that's really what's going on. My mother is she's in a stupor. Because I think my son, it's not normal. I think my son plans on moving to Denver. Am I going to go crazy and try to bring him back to Georgia? No, don't go to Denver. No, like, get a life. At the basis of it, hell, they need to get a life. If you can't mother your child from another state, you ain't no mother. Because a lot of these parents are codependent on us. And it's like, take care of yourself then. Go out and do some walking. A lot of our parents will let their health go to shit. They'll let it go to shit. And then, be codependent on us. After we told them not to let their health go to shit. I've been preaching to my mother for years. The reason why you unhealthy is because of your mind. You tell yourself every day you're going to have a heart attack and a damn stroke. And guys, I've got screenshots of some sick person wishing me high blood pressure and bad times and da 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 da. And it's like, are you for real? So I screenshotted it and I'm gonna have to send it back to that person. But see, my grandmother's picture is being used on that. So that's why we got to conjure her tonight. So y'all gonna see a lot of changes. Whenever you have a matriarch or a patriarch of your family that, did good things, whenever you had that, that's just like my grandfather. My grandfather was what he was the one that helped raise, he's the grandfather. He helped raise all of my mother and her siblings. So if I ever need him to come when they get out of hand, I can call his name, Nathaniel Boston, and Nathaniel Boston will come and do a clean up job. He will come and clean up things. Because I believe he went into the spirit realm on purpose because he died in his garage at his house of carbon monoxide poisoning. So I believe that my grandfather basically committed suicide is what I believe. But his spirit still lives on. And I lived in that house. I lived in the house that he died in for a few years as a child. Because I was going to say something mean, but I'm not going to say nothing. So, you guys got to understand how to work with your ancestors to help you on things like that, because it's totally wrong. It's a violation of my personal rights as a human being. Your family member doesn't have the damn right to do that. And you can't go and beat them up. A lot of people resort to violence. Violins are bad. Don't do that. Don't resort to violence, because then when you do that, that's when they got your mind. And some of them will even try to drive you to that point. Don't do that. Keep yourself clean. Okay. That's why you got to get your cleanses when you're under that kind of spiritual warfare. Okay. Because these folks are crazy. First of all, you have to reverse and send back their spells. You have to reverse and send back. You have to do your you have to do your cleanses. You have to make sure that you keep your house clean. Got to make sure that you sage. I ain't did that yet today. And the energy has been kind of messed up in my house because I ain't did it today. Also, your family member don't need to know where you live. An address has numbers. There's a parcel number to that. So numbers have power. So if you got something like that going on, don't let nobody know where you live ever. Unfortunately, we've got crazy family members that you can't tell them where you live. Why do people think that? Stop telling them where you work. I remember when I was working at Sprint and I had a cousin that started attacking me, started talking about my kids and stuff. Like, what the hell? Simply because of where I work. She was jealous of the job that I had. Diamond, if you have gotten sick, get a cleanse, baby. Diamond, Shanae. And see, everybody can't do cleanses. Everybody can't do that because they don't know what they're doing. There's specific steps that you want to take when you're doing cleanses and when you're doing work for people. That's just like that drag your enemy to hell root jar that I'm offering people. You got to do stuff like that to them because that's what they're doing to you. This is not look. How are you ever going to create any kind of peace and harmony in your life when you letting people take your peace and harmony? And a lot of people say, well, I don't want to really hurt nobody. Well, they want to hurt you. You sitting up there always having money problems and issues and sicknesses and stuff. So why don't you want to hurt them? You got to give people a dose of their own medicine. They too ignorant to know that you can get rid of negative energy with fire. Right now, any negative feelings or emotions that I'm having, I can write it down on a paper and burn it in my cauldron and it'll be gone. Just zapped like that. People don't know that. So what they do is they project and they put their negative thoughts and feelings and emotions that they have on themselves onto you. It's what they do. Just like that person that left a comment under that video. I wish you bad health. I wish you high blood pressure. I wish you all of the pain in the world. What? You got to be careful what you say to people. You know, I can screenshot that comment and literally fuck the person that left it. And that's why it's still there for me to screenshot it, print it out, and put it in a jar. But that's why we got to invoke my grandmother's name first. We got to do a seance and bring her through. Because somebody doing it behind a picture of an account with her. See, that ain't just people online. Those are family members. Most of my family stalks me on YouTube, and y'all got to be ashamed of yourself. And I'm not talking about in a positive way. That's why I said years ago, look, if you are a family member and you are watching me on YouTube, tell me. The family members that do watch me, they let me know. Okay. The ones that don't, that don't let me know, I know what they up to. Mm-hmm. You said it comes around every 6 months. Indigo daycare. I feel bad for you, girl. I wish you help with that. That's crazy. I do charge to remove that stuff. I charge for my cleanses. But the whole point of the matter is that I know you're stalking me, and you know that first of all, what these people think why do they think they're going to get away with it is hilarious. They can't be happy for you. They can't congratulate you. They trying to control who you sleep with to the point where y'all fighting, arguing over nothing. They mess up every relationship that you have. And y'all know it. All of a sudden, crazy stuff be happening. And you can even tell because people that you don't even know is repeating the same thing that somebody said to you to tease you as a child. Now, come on now. And sometimes that person never even has to talk to that person. Because you would think, damn, have you been talking to my family? They using black magic on you. Telling folks your trigger words. Or what they think is your trigger words. Well, I'm 42 years old now. What the hell makes you think that's going to trigger me? Telling me that I got high blood pressure. Black families especially wishing high blood pressure on people. Are you mentally ill and deranged? Hey, I had a saying years ago. They'd rather see you dead than happy. And those are the damn truths. Right now, I can feel it. More and more family members, friends are doing spiritual work on a bunch of people that they jealous of, and those people gonna end up literally exploding. I think these people are gonna end up spontaneously combusting. Because they have to be able to control you. Oh my God, I don't have control over this person. Well, you don't have control over yourself. Yeah, I do. I'm doing good in life. I got a job. That's the first thing they'll say. Yeah, but I mean, don't you think there's other areas that you need to work on? So this is when people just simply become robots. I did what society told me was normal. Huh. Why do you hate your own family member? I don't know. What do you think this is doing for your life? It's causing me misery. Well, then why don't you stop doing it? I don't know, because they stupid. Did you know that when we all woke up this morning, the sun came up and there was birds chirping and communicating with us, and there was wind blowing, and there was happiness for you to pursue? No, they don't see that. Misery loves company. Stay away from miserable people. You should never, ever, ever commune with a person that is miserable and doesn't want anything different in their life. They don't want nothing different in their life. They see you being positive and they want to take that positivity. And they always talking about you. All them losers in your family that feel like they lost that life. Who do they talk about? They talk about the person that didn't lose in life that they can see is winning. That's who they gonna talk about. Not only that, you gotta be careful listening to people talk about you. Okay, you got to be careful listening. Even if you're telepathic, don't even listen to it. Do what you got to do. If it bothers you or disturbs you, light you a light you a white candle. But listening to people talk about you, those people are feeding off of your energy. This is the reason why you end up getting tired, dizzy. The things that you planned on doing, you didn't do. Okay, so don't self-inflict yourself with those wounds. Because that's what they are trying to do. They're trying to wound you. Especially your mother. If your mother doing that, I want y'all to know this. Stop holding on to the fantasy that your mama is gonna all of a sudden become good. She's literally the mother on what's the name of that movie? I think I'm gonna rent that movie today. Flowers in the Attic. Because some mothers ain't real mothers. If you a mother and you blaming your kid for your problems and I shouldn't have had a kid, you still stuck 20 years ago. I shouldn't have had you. If I hadn't have had you, I'd be rich by now. Hell, all of us probably would have. But why can't you do both? Why can't you just be a woman about yours and do what you got to do? That's the only way. You ain't gonna never be rich dogging out your kids. It's too late. The kids already here now. What you gonna do? I want my kid to be right where I'm at. Well, you know what? Your kid doesn't have to be right where you're at. First of all, it's not a kid. It's a grown person. These are people that are still doing this and trying to. First of all, if you had a narcissistic mother, and she still think of you as a child, she's going to try to do spiritual work on you to manipulate. You got to do your reversals. You got to do your banishings. You got to do your cord cuttings. There's a female in Kansas City. I got to do a cord cutting to her today. It's very unhealthy to pursue and stalk somebody and harass them. Very unhealthy for the person that's doing it. It can be unhealthy for you, but don't ever for 1 second think that those people can hurt you. The moment you start thinking that those people can hurt you, then you are overrun with their entities and their demons. All right. Thank you for coming, TSC. So here's what I want to tell you guys. You don't have to feel as though your back is against the wall. There is help for you. You just have to breathe and calm down. This is the reason why I'm talking about this, because there's a lot of people dealing with this. Why is this person trying to manipulate my life? Why is my ex trying to manipulate my life? Why is my best friend trying to manipulate my life? Why is my mother trying to manipulate my life? For their own selfish purposes. And some people are just stupid to begin with. If somebody asks them, why are you doing this? Why you do that to that person? Because I wanted everybody to think that I was better than them. But everybody don't think that, because look at your behavior. Look at your energy. Look at what you're doing. And then some people get so far gone and lost. Oh my goodness. Woo, Lord have mercy. You can see them coming for destruction, and they'll be trying to send that destructive energy to you. Send that shit right back to them. Send it back. Send it back. And if you're having any kind of financial difficulty at all, they done put a hex on you. Okay? Not all the time. Not all the time. Sometimes, my rituals typically will take up to an hour or two. You do want to have a 7-day candle, but you can, it depends on what the situation is. As far as y'all with generational hexes and bad family members, do you know how easy it is for other people outside of your bloodline to throw stuff at you if your family ain't tight? When you've had a demon infiltrate your family and you've got stupid family members that are stupid, you got to move out the way before that lightning bolt hit them. Tell them what's going on. Let them know what's going on and say, hey, listen, the reason why you're doing this is because the family has been cursed with a demon. What you going to do about it with your life? I'm going to come after you. All right. We'll see in another lifetime, maybe. Okay. Have a good day. Have a good day. I wish you well. Your ship is going to sink. Is what I can promise you. Many of y'all have hexes on y'all. Why? Because people want to fulfill their own prophecies. I said this was going to happen to you. I said that was going to happen to you. And I'm going to try to do it to you. Girl, bye. All they got to do is contact somebody that know what the hell they doing and take that off. And you'll be back up that day probably sometimes. And sometimes just saging your house ain't enough. Yeah, sage your house. But sometimes it might be something that somebody done put on you. So many of y'all out there, especially those of you that, that are having financial and health problems, they usually come hand in hand. You got to know the proper wording to break a hex. Many people don't know how to do that. I'm telling y'all what I know. Okay. What's up, Amethyst Rain? Hey, Shamika, how you doing? What you need my help with, dear? They'll put curses on your vehicles. They'll put curses on your children. Okay? Shamika said that you've been hexed. I can't stay on a job no more than a month. All right, go ahead and contact me at the link below. The link to my website is below. I am taking consultations for the full moon. The full moon is the most powerful time to break hexes, is the full moon. But we can do it at any time. Okay, but this is a very good time for you to break those strongholds. And it's very important for you guys to do that, especially when when you got folks that's on a cycle. Okay? Hey Anna, I ain't seen you in a minute. I'm coming right back, guys, with a reading. We're going to do a general reading for 9/9/19 today. So make sure you click your bell notifier so that we can do that. We'll do a general reading. I don't know if I'm just going to do general or universal. I think I'm going to do that because I am preparing myself for a ritual today. So, and I got to do a mojo bag for a client. So I got a lot of stuff to do today. Antonella, yes, thank you for bringing that up. Bosses and co-workers will also do hexes on you. These are usually the people that are not happy with themselves. They're not happy with their lives. Some people will do stuff just and you know what? Hold on, guys. The heck was that? Your son's girlfriend's family is doing it. Oh. Uh. I've been having a lot of things that I'm questioning with love and work. Something's wrong. Mm-hmm. It depends on what's going on. If you've got enemies that are cursing you, you have to get those hex breakers. That's what you have to do. Oh, so he has a baby with her, and why would she do that? That's weird. I would need to look at the situation, but most of the time what you're going to do is you are going to do the hex breakers. Um Binding somebody can be very, very difficult because God gives us all free will. It's that free will thing that sometimes can hurt you when it comes to binding people. Because the people will know that they'll pick up on it, or either somebody else will pick up on it that was capitalizing or benefiting from it, and they'll say, hey, why aren't you doing this? That person must have done some bindings on you. Let's do an unbinding so that you can go around and flail around and look like a freaking idiot. Nobody understands that. Nobody, but everybody can't be the bigger person. It's some people that are just very, very stupid. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Diane? Oh yeah, Diane, I knew that cat was gonna get down. Yeah, okay, back to what we were talking about. Well, we definitely doing hex removers this full moon and protection. We're gonna do protection. Then we also have the Maybon ritual that is coming up. And then we've got Halloween, which is when things are gonna get fun and the spirits is gonna come. And I believe that when Halloween is here, like sometime around the end of September, October, all the way going up to November is when the good spirits are really, really working big time. Because I don't know about y'all, but I am in such a good mood around the holidays, around that time. And then of course you got your haters. Okay. You got your haters. And why that person happy? I want them to be unhappy. It's like, really? Hmm. Wait till you get this work. I don't play that. I am just like a mother that is very, very protective. When I do work for y'all, it's really literally like that. But be careful with family members and be careful with friends that may have some of your personal items that you may have left at their house. You want to make sure that especially if look, yeah, it's specific steps that you have to take. That's why I always ask specific questions. If a person is able to keep bothering you, have you left a personal item at their house? Most of us can answer yes. You need to disempower that item that you left with them if they have anything of yours. Okay? You have to do that. I'm sorry, guys. I thought about coming back later and making a quick live about my cat Perseus because she's fine. We pushed her out of the tree and she has no broken bones. She's sitting up here eating right now. In fact, she act like a little dog sitting up here eating a chicken bone, trying to eat some chicken. So Perseus is doing good, you guys. Dovey, I get paid to do rituals for people. So, you would have to, I charge for the work that I do. My husband possibly had a baby with his ex, and I feel they've been doing some hexes. You can contact me for a consultation. I do provide payment arrangements, but my spirits will put that money in your hand if you need it. My spirits work in mysterious ways. Of course, your family is a coven, Michelle, but unfortunately, your family is a different type of coven. But it's a good thing that you brought that up because people think that they have strength in numbers and they don't. That's a mistake. That's a mistake to think that that people have strength in numbers because cowards usually run in packs, especially if they're going against their own family member. I don't like this person because they're prettier than me, and I don't like this person because men are drawn to them, or I want they draw. I want people to be drawn to me the way that people are drawn to this person. What? So, it's a lot of people that are just stupid. Hey, what are you doing on there? That cat always sniffing around my altar. Mufasa, what are you doing? Leave that alone. No, no, stop trying to drink. Mufasa. God, and then you got to tell these cats like more than once. Dovey Milton, I can definitely start working on it today, but I would have to wait for my shipment to come in. Cause I pretty much, I would start working on it definitely. Cause that's when those energies will start homing in. Cause and just to let you guys know, yes, when you come to get your hex removers and stuff from me, yes, those energies and entities come from me, but they run scaring very quickly. These entities are afraid of me. Okay, they are. Strange that a few around me doing it in my family, the job, the ex-boyfriend, the church, the lady pastor, and my mom, a bit brainwashed from her lady pastor. Absolutely. Christians are, in fact, using witchcraft on people while they say, oh, you shouldn't practice witchcraft. This is evil. Well, go look in the mirror. Look at what you're doing. What do you think you're doing when you're running around here gossiping about people and harassing and manipulating the people around people? You're doing witchcraft as well. When you sit around and you talk negatively, the same thing they said about God or Jesus, when one or more persons is talking about Jesus, he'll show up. Same thing with your energy, especially if you have that, what they call Christ consciousness, which Christ, in my opinion, Jesus Christ was a witch. That's why they crucified him in the same way that they crucified witches. They don't want to talk about that though. Yeah, Michelle. Yeah, I'm a witch. There's nothing wrong with being a witch. But when you got people that are so ignorant with their petty differences, this is the reason why you're getting witchcraft put on you, is because of people and their petty differences with each other. You said your husband's ex-wife from Louisiana. Well, Michelle, can I say this to you, hun, since you in my chat? You hang with a bunch of dirty witches. So if you got some kind of witchcraft put on you, it's because you hanging around with folks that you can't trust. There's witches out there that you can trust, which is why I am considered Glenda the good witch from the West. Okay. There's good witches and bad witches in the West. I'm from the Midwest. Now, actually, I can be a good witch or a bad witch, to be honest with you. But there's some witches that have no morals and ethics. So you hang around witches that don't have any morals or ethics. So you can't really say it's your family. You don't really know if it's your family. The ex-wife, okay. You said the ex-wife is from Louisiana. And she, you know what? Let me tell y'all something, another thing. Yes, there are a lot of people in Louisiana that do witchcraft. It don't mean that they witchcraft is more powerful than another witch. Where you get your power in is that it's your energy. 9 times out of 10, when a witch is doing evil stuff, she's trying to get your energy to use it for her own purpose. Hello? So, none of that actually even matters. Like where they from, because, you have the right to exist just like they do. Okay, so I am accepting new clients for the full moon. I got a ritual that I got to get completed today, but other than that, I will be free for you guys that need your consultations. I believe in people having free will, but I believe in people being able to live their life without interference and without people manipulating for literally for no reason. Because that's what it usually ends up. Nothing from nothing leads to nothing. Most of these people have no idea what their life purpose is or their divine purpose when somebody is lost like that. Especially if it's somebody that seems to be lost without you, especially if it's another female or another male. It's like, wait a minute, are we getting married? Are we going to have a couple of kids together? Are we going to buy a house together? No. So why are you bothering me? Folks should, and people that do that, they do very weak magic. They do, because, your magic, the magic that you do is going to be reminiscent of your power. Yeah, we've got lots of people out there that have the ability to tear down and destroy. But the people that have the power to build and manifest, they are much more powerful. So it don't even matter where you from as a witch or any of that. It don't even matter. So don't be scared just because somebody say, I'm from Louisiana, I'm Creole. Okay, I'm from the Midwest. Okay, and I'm Native American, Japanese, and African. And then what is your point here? Now, a lot of us think about Marie Laveau, but Marie Laveau, her power had nothing to do with her location. So a lot of people try to bring up location. Well, according to my location, I'm a more powerful witch than you. Really? I didn't know that. You care to elaborate on that? They don't really have a good enough explanation for it. So it don't matter where you was born, or to be honest with you, it don't even matter when you was born. The whole point of it is that you have your right to live your life, and nobody has the right to impede on that. And the people that are impeding on other people's lives, they always learn a lesson. They're going to have a miserable winter. They're not going to be able to hang up their little Christmas trees and celebrate the pagan holiday. Yes, Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving ain't really pagan. Even though pagans can celebrate, that's not really pagan. Okay. But Christmas is definitely pagan. Anytime that's around the solstices, that's pagan. And Christianity has demonized paganism so much to the point where people don't even realize that Christianity stole a lot from paganism. So basically, they're using witchcraft while telling you not to perform witchcraft so that they can. And I'm going to be honest with you. Christians are some of the most notorious for being fed upon by demons. This is the reason why in the movie, The Exorcism of Emily Rose, yeah, she was very religious. Very, very religious people are typically overrun by demons. Very weak demons that say, I'm a sheep. Sheeple me, and so that just is what it is. Thank you, Hecate Witch Love. Okay, Jamila, the ex-wife doing negative stuff all went on my daughter as she had 3 wrecks in 1 year, then trouble after trouble. But my daughter is younger. She is not alert to it. Oh, wow. That's pretty bad. 3 wrecks in 1 year? Goodness gracious. Yeah, you need to hurry up and get that removed. That's one of the reasons why you have to get it removed is so your children won't be affected by it. And good thing that there's a lot of children out here that have parents that are hip to the game that ain't stupid enough to just be in a drunken or a stupid stupor, because even though I drink my wine, I'm not stupid. I know what's going on. And some of these parents don't know what's going on. So it's good that her mama is smart. Get that taken off of you, and then she won't have those problems anymore. Sound like you got some kind of generational hex on you. I charge $1,500 for my generational hex removers, but they definitely do work. And the people that have gotten them have sworn by them, because it is a very powerful ritual that I do that involves your parents. Because your parents and their weak will can actually hurt you. Having weak-willed parents is the scourge of anybody. Golly. You mean to tell me you couldn't get your stuff together? What time is it? Oh, it's 3:30. Now it's time for you to get your mind right. And then everybody run around here trying to sacrifice their kids like Jesus. Y'all gonna y'all gonna realize that you ain't sacrificing your kids for the true living God and the Most High. You sacrificing for, or you trying to. And let me tell you something, they've been successful at it. If you let them. If you let them, they'll be successful. You put your spiritual armor up and you'll be okay. And you send that stuff back. Okay? Because you can have all kind of crazy stuff happen. People have actually almost died because of that. Somebody wishing high blood pressure on you, you might as well tell them, I hope you have a heart attack. Why do y'all think I ain't even going to talk about what I do, but sometimes you do have to protect your chakras. Protect your heart chakra. I got my heart locked up behind steel with iron. Because my spirits had already told me that folks was trying to do work to mess with your heart. And yeah, I want you to die. Why you want me to die? Because I think you prettier than me. But even though I'm going to tell you ugly. Okay. Okay. Well, you know what? I don't think you're going to have any good luck with that. But go on right ahead. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it is tough. It is tough. But literally it's all about breaking the contract. Your family members will reinitiate the contract on you. So that's why some of you have to do it yearly or sometimes even twice a year. But when you think about the money that you pay to get that stuff removed, and when you think about the fact that eventually it's going to fuck that person up and they're not going to be able to do it no more unless they pass the torch to somebody else. But the person that they pass the torch with probably going to be scared as hell at that point. Okay? How do you check for hexes and how much do you charge? I do a reading on you. That's how I check. I do a reading on you. That can be done with a 30-minute reading, a 60-minute reading, or a consultation. I'll know instantly. And I can tell based upon what you ask me, based upon your voice, based upon your energy. I will tell you that somebody done put something on you because I can feel it. It comes through as a negative feeling. And, you know, when I feel like during your reading, I've got to start lighting up incense and stuff. And, you know, then I can tell whether, you know, I can tell what's going on with you. And the cards usually just confirm things is what they do. They just confirm what I already know. And then they also give me more information, dates. Okay, I can date it back as to when you started having issues. Most people will stay caught up in a hex for years sometimes without even knowing. You'll be caught up in a hex for years. You won't even know it. You won't have any idea about it. And that is because some witches know how to do it underneath the radar. But your spirits will tell me. And a lot of people say, well, why did the spirits let this happen? Why, you know, if witchcraft is so good, why did the spirits let it happen? You might as well ask God, why does evil exist? Why does evil exist? You asking a very big question. Some people are just evil for no damn reason. Shamika, that's so sad. I feel so bad for you. Haven't I spoken with you before, Shamika? And we've talked before, it seems like, and you still having issues with your family? You know, some people are proud of how dumb and ignorant and stupid they are. Y'all got to be careful out there. Some people are proud of this behavior. The dumber they are, the prouder they are. Must have been another Shamika. I like that name. Shamika's a pretty name too. A lot of people have an issue with, you know, names like that because it's not what they consider. You know what I'm saying? How they talk about us, y'all black women named Taquisha and Tatando and stuff, you know. But I like that name. That's a pretty name. So a lot of y'all are wrapped up in these hexes. I can feel it when I wake up in the morning. And, you know, there is a way out of that. You don't have to continue to live your life like that. And see, some people want to alter your whole state of existence. And I told y'all, like, I've had a couple of people trying to mess with a impotent man. An impotent man was trying to mess with my sexual energy over the weekend, just all weekend, just trying to mess with my sexual energy because they want to make you impotent. And impotency is caused by root chakra problems and sacral chakra problems. These things can be fixed. Are people smart enough to fix their own issues? No. What they do is they try to take it out on other people instead of getting the help that they need. You said you had a difficult case this summer with a young man. His girlfriend, a novice, tapped into more than she could handle. My goddess, it was tricky. Oh, I bet. Antonella says, how do you protect your heart? You got to come to me and get that. And I will tell you guys certain things, but I don't give away all of my secrets. I mean, you can do something as simple as a simple protection, but you got to use proper visualization as well. So just writing something down don't always make it happen. You got to be able to use your visualization. And then also knowing faith. You can't go somewhere to get work done if you don't have no faith in it. Because that means you don't have faith in your spirit guides. Now, if you go to somebody and you like, wait a minute, I done paid this person to do some work for me and stuff done got 10 times worse and it ain't never got no better. So when you come to a real practitioner, you're going to notice things instantly get better. And as the months go past, and see, I'll give you specific instructions. You have to follow them. If we found an enemy in the midst, then, and I tell you to stay away from that person, you have to do it. You have to do it. You can't be dilly-dallying. To be honest with you, most of us supposed to be at home with our husband and our kids anyway. We ain't supposed to be running around here like Bitsy Betties. So there's a lot of people that don't have that foundation of the home and the family. And those are most of the people that's causing the issues. So that's why they want to cause issues and instability in your life. But it always comes back on them. Especially the ones that do stuff to me. That's why they always mad. If it would have just been one go round of them doing what they was doing and then it worked and then I'd be sitting over here looking crazy like I done had a lobotomy, then they would have nothing to say. They'd be happy. But when they know that what they doing ain't working, boy, they'll be up all night long, all day long. Mm-hmm. Looking ridiculous. Looking ridiculous. Because that's what they look like. These are usually people that are bitter, that have given up on life. Have you given up on life? No. Why should you? Who said, like sometimes you got to ask yourself, how in the hell did we get here? How did we get to this place? See what I'm saying? I'm doing a hex remover for a client right now. I'm multitasking right now because I'm kind of pressed for time a little bit. Especially if you're a witch. I get mainly witches that come to me. Probably about 80% of the people that come to me are witches, and other people will know that you're a witch. Hold on, y'all. So some of y'all, they'll tell you, no, you don't be a witch, while they use your energy. All sorts of people will do hexes on you. Shit, your landlord can do a hex on you and think you don't know it. Think you don't know it. Antonella, my number is in the video description box, 770-686-7461, or you can go directly to my website and get a consultation or a reading. I would prefer for you guys to go ahead and get the consultations because that leaves me a lot of space and opportunity, and then it also lets my spirits know in advance. So most people, I'll do cleanses and stuff arise, and whatever it is that you want to do it, because I always tell people the work that they need, no matter if you got a reading or not. But I just don't go into detail about the spell work and go through my whole spiel about what it is that I do exactly. Consultations can last anywhere from 1 to 1.5 hours, depends on what we're doing. Because sometimes people will come to me with stuff so bad on them that they can't breathe. They just out of breath. Whenever you got that kind of problem going on, it's an actual entity or a spirit. And people will do work on certain aspects of your body, your throat, your heart, your brain, your sexual organs. You can't let nobody do no work on your sex organs because that can kill you. That can kill you in more ways than one. So people are really, really stupid these days. They don't know how to develop themselves as human beings. Maybe they're, cursed by somebody else. Cursed people are going to try to be a curse on your life every day. And it's funny how they'll say that you're cursed. It's like, well, honey, you the one that's harassing me. It's obviously that you got something on you that makes you like that you can't even enjoy your life. No matter what they doing, there's still a lack of general fulfillment and tranquility and peace within those people. Okay. Yeah, you be having headaches and, stuffiness and stuff like that. Being stuffy is one of your first signs when you all stuffed up and stuffed up. People getting frequent colds and stuff. You getting sick frequently. It means somebody doing work on you. Okay. So the link to my website is below. I am always here for you guys. My work is guaranteed to work. I've been in a spiritual war with not only my mother, but blood family members, and then umpteen thousand people that have helped them, and they still ain't been able to do nothing. So, this is the reason why people are so angry at me, because I've proven that, well, number one, only cowards run in packs like that. Why you all got to gang up on one person? Is it because that one person is weak? Baby. People don't gang up on weak people. If you think you weak, then you gonna be weak. But when you know you not weak, see, weaknesses is when you get to reacting too much. Okay, and you get to reacting emotionally and reacting mentally. A mental reaction would be you thinking about that person all the time. No, that we got to focus. And remember, guys, I did that ritual where it was like, focusing. There's some people they have a lack of focus. You got to be able to focus during your rituals and stuff. There, a lot of these fake witches and stuff, they can't focus. They got a complete and total lack of focus. And they definitely can't do no ritual for somebody else if they focusing on one person. So, I don't know where in life we decided that being obviously miserable was you winning. But honey, baby, that don't mean you winning. That just means you miserable. So, You'll notice differences in your life as soon as you get the work done. First of all, that demon that's sitting on top of your chest is going to come right up off of there. Because that's what they want, is that sacred heart. Your heart is very sacred. That's why you always got to protect your heart chakra energy. Very, very important. People will try to use it. You know why? Because the heart chakra emits energy to people that could draw people in. So it's not just your sexual energy. Yeah, of course, people are going to be attracted to your general sexual energy, especially if it's good. But that heart chakra, that sincerity, people will try to use it, copy it. And it's like, no, no, get your own. No, my brother, you got to get your own. Y'all remember that commercial that came on BET? And he was like, can I borrow your record? He was like, no. You got to get your own. It was a record of love songs. Remember that? He's trying to take that man's love from him. He was like, no. I don't watch BET no more, y'all, but I used to when I was younger. So, yeah, let me see if y'all got any other questions. Okay, that's cool, because normally I be messing up people's name for real. I knew a crazy witch once. She was crazy, but she was the best in bed. Oh, God. That's funny. Y'all are hilarious. All right, y'all. So give me a couple of minutes. I will be back with the readings. Like I said, you guys can call me, but I'm always busy. And if you want rituals that work, the link to my website is below. I will see y'all later in a few minutes. I'm kind of running late because I was supposed to start on that at 11:30, but evidently we needed to talk about this because these folks done lost their mind. You know what it's mainly got something to do with is people that want people to be under their control. And that's the first sign of somebody that really don't have any control over their own life. Their lives is spinning out of control. So a lot of people can't check themselves. Got to be able to check yourself. But I will tell you that their spells and rituals can work. They can work if they know how to do a ritual, if they know how to do a spell. Yeah, it'll work. Especially if you don't have any protection and you don't really know how to do protection. Okay? Or if that person has a personal item of yours. Like I said, personal items can give a person a lot of protection, a lot of power over you. So there is certain things that you have to speak to the spirits about, and you have to, you have to know how to control certain objects. You have to, and see, this is where you're controlling your own energy. Because at the end of the day, when you do get a hex removed from you, this is you taking control over your own energy. And some people, and then another thing, a lot of these people that do stuff to you, they have a lot of regrets, angers from the past. They may have done something that they have not forgiven themselves for, and they want to pull you or draw you into that, which is why you'll have people saying stuff about you that ain't the truth, and you be like, this person is just projecting. I ain't never did nothing like that. But they want to send that energy to you so that you'll be treated like you did that, even though you didn't do it. So there's many reasons that people have issues. More and more people, and more people than you think, are in fact going to practitioners and getting work done on you, or either doing the work themselves. Okay. Yes, you do need to cut ties with these people. If it's somebody, and I tell everybody that you do not commune with your enemies like that. You don't do it. You don't sit and talk to them. And you definitely, that's just like asking a snake to be your friend. That's just like asking a poisonous snake to be your friend. Ain't gonna work. Because they always trying to get you. That's their whole intent. And if you know somebody has a bad intent towards you, if they are talking to you and you're communing with them, then they can do it a lot easier. Okay? If you constantly in touch with that person, and stop thinking that there's not people out there that you can trust, because it is. It's a lot of people that are wrapped up in the drama, though. They want the drama in their life. But, you know, you would have less drama if you could focus on your creative geniuses and focus on your family, because that's what's more important: yourself, your creative, your life purpose, and your family. Okay. When you start to get involved with stuff that takes your attention away from the things that you enjoy and the people that you love, then you know that you got some kind of demonic infestation that's on you. Okay. And some practitioners are afraid of that. You'll contact them and they'll feel that energy and they'll be like, oh, I can't handle that. Those are usually the cowards that run in packs. The solitary practitioners are the ones that have all of the power, which is why you got a pack of hyenas constantly running behind them. That's why in the Lion King, you got the lion, and you got the lion with their cubs, and then you got the pack of hyenas trying to eat the lion and the cubs. Okay? That movie Lion King was very symbolic of what actually happens with humans and the feeding of other humans. We supposed to be feeding off of the earth, not each other. So literally, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Some of y'all enemies was cannibals in a previous life. Are you kidding me? People that you see that have manifested. I'm gonna tell y'all something that's crazy scary about this. People that you see that are constantly trying to feed off other people, please believe that these people have manifested themselves in a very vampiric way. And they are, in fact, former cannibals in their previous life, because you're supposed to feed off of the herbs. You get you some calendula, you'll draw love into you. You get you some lavender, you'll be relaxed. You get you some chamomile, you get you some prosperity. People that are feeding off of other people are, in fact, spiritual cannibals. You know what? We're not even going to call them vampires no more. Because the vampires are actually tired of being blamed for everything, because vampires actually do exist. These are not vampires. These are spiritual cannibals. And trust me, in a previous life, they manifested themselves as cannibals, which actually ate people. So they're trying to eat you. In retrospect, the way that they feel spiritually is that if you consume somebody, you'll absorb their power. So that's why they're constantly trying to consume. The only difference is that, first of all, it's not meant for them to do that. So it's going to backfire on them every time. And also there's another demonic entity that feeds off of that confusion. So they don't even see 10%, but they'll take your 100% and only see 10%. And then get mad at you because you manifested your 100%. So a lot of people be talking about clout chasing and stuff and psychic vampires. Nah, baby, let's talk about the spiritual cannibals. We're gonna save that for a discussion later, because I'm gonna dig deep into that. I got a lot of stuff going on though. I want to do a reading on Anton and Zena LeVay, because I looked and I didn't see no readings on YouTube about them. I want to know. I want to do a reading on them people, because I'm very interested. And then plus I think that Xena LaVey is just so pretty. So she's, regardless to what people say, she's still a witchy icon, regardless if you agree with the fact that her father was a Satanist. Okay. And to be honest with you, Satanism is not what people think that it is, but a lot of people ain't ready to hear that. So, we'll save that for a different discussion. The fact that they've demonized everything, they've demonized paganism. And they say that paganism is actually Satanism, which, I can possibly agree with that. But listen at who demonized it. The people that want to control you done demonize everything that you can do to give you freedom from that. And then they'll say, oh, well, you're forming a contract with a demon. No, you're not. Y'all know how many people I done did work for, never heard from them since. I don't have to keep people coming back. Why? Because I meet new people all the time. So a lot of y'all practitioners that are the same as me, this is the reason why you do have strength in numbers, especially if you are a solitary practitioner. I'm sorry, if I'm going to be in a coven with somebody, I have got to trust that person. When you go into a coven with somebody, y'all supposed to share blood. When you in a coven with somebody, that's a covenant. So it's a lot of these people running around here talking about they in a coven, but they don't trust each other. What in the world? You in a coven and you buddied up with this person and you can't trust them? That's sad. So a lot of these people, and people can do whatever they want to do as long as you don't come to my doorstep with your mess. That's how I feel about it. Clean up your own mess. Clean up your own life. Clean your stuff up, because I surely clean up mine. I don't have no problem with admitting. And, people will say, well, you're blaming this and blaming that. Look, don't let those people convince you of that, because they are doing work on you. They'll try to, that's their way of trying to trick you into thinking that they ain't doing nothing. Girl, bye. My spirits have already showed me what you did. I can see your rituals before you even do them. Girl, bye. So my spirits are starting to show me people's rituals before they even do them. And I can see people's ritual. I can see what kind of ritual somebody did on you. I can see why they did it. And usually it's for the stupidest reasons. 9 times out of 10, you ain't even did none of that person. But unfortunately, the ritual is very powerful and it can work. Okay. So anyway, I will see you guys in a few minutes. Give me about 30 minutes, okay? And I'll be back with those readings. In the meantime, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. If you guys got a demon riding you, you guys can contact me. If it's a demon that you don't want, because a lot of us do have demons that they call them demons, but these demons are helpful to us. We talking about the ones that have an intent to do harm. Because, they consider Hecate to be a demon. According to the Christians, Hecate is a demon. Kali Ma is a demon. That's their opinion. Stop being convinced by other people's opinion, because I'm going to tell you something. While those same Christians are talking crazy to you, do they have to pay your bills? No. In fact, they'll sit around and gossip about you and say, this person, I said that witchcraft wasn't going to do this person no good. But Christianity is witchcraft, ma'am. No, it's not. Yes, the Bible is a book of spells. That's a lie. And you putting dirt on Jesus's name. Jesus put dirt on his own name. What you talking about? So the hypocrisy is real. Now, this is what I can't stand. I can't stand when you got a family full of Christians and that plot against you, but every bad thing that they do, they blame it on you. But I ain't did no work on you. You the one going to church talking to pastor about me. And God can see into your heart. The only reason why you doing it is not because you have a general concern. You doing it because you have a general concern about that person having more than you. You have a general concern of that person surpassing you. People are upset at other people that have prosperity, abundance, and an easy life. That is what most of us want. The average Christian that will come along and want to make life harder for you. Now, I'm not trying to demonize all Christians. I ain't trying to do that. You know, sometimes they can become, look, if you want to go and practice your religion or your spirituality the way that you want, fine. But don't impede on mine. Is all I'm saying. Girl, I ain't never been to no California ever. I don't have to come to you guys though. My spirits will come to you and do it. So I don't have to be in the same state to do work for you. Anyway, guys, this phone charge up a little bit and I will be back. Okay. Love and light, peace and blessings. And I'll see y'all in a little bit. Thank you for coming, chat. I appreciate you guys' energy.